Okay. Present perfect versus the past perfect. First, we have an exercise about yesterday's topic, okay? We have the present perfect or the simple past in this exercise. All right. Now, remember that there are some expressions that are going to tell us whether it is the simple past or the past perfect, okay? So in this exercise, we are going to identify both tenses and will use the verbs given in the correct form, okay? Is the instruction clear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So take 3 minutes to do it, please. We have the examples here. Um, we have the verb visit and we have both tenses, okay? What's different between the tenses? I mean the sentences. What's different? Because they all have visit, right? And my sister.
And the first one is a finished action.
Okay, a
Um,
completed action.
yeah, and the second one is a recurrent action.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And we know that because of these expressions, right? Last night is something that, well, and is finished. It's a concluded action, a completed action. And in the second one, we have many times this week. Okay. Well, it is implying that the week hasn't finished because it would say last week if it was finished, right? Now, many times this week, it's not only one time, so it is not a concluded action. You might visit your sister tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you know, we don't know. Okay, and that's why we use the present perfect in that case. Now we have 10 sentences, so please go ahead. Take 3 minutes to finish and let me know when you do.
Finish.
Okay, the rest finished. We still have 1 more minute. Okay, let's begin then. Well, let's check. Number one, Carolina, please.
I went to a movie with Amy last night.
Okay, very good. Number two, Luis.
I have seen many movies with Amy since
We met.
we met. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Mariela, please. Number three.
Frank has played baseball since he was a little boy.
Mhm. Thank you. Guadalupe, number four.
Mm, He has been in Chicago for 2 weeks.
Mhm. Or,
Bill was.
yep, Bill has been or was. Okay, in this case, for 2 weeks, doesn't really specify if he already left or if he's still there. So
Okay,
we can use both in that case.
okay.
Mhm. Number five, Lydia, please.
I had read many books since summer began.
Yep, I have read. Remember, uh, with the verb read, the only thing that changes between tenses is, well, the pronunciation of it. We have read in the simple present, we have read in the simple past, and read in the past participle. Okay,
Thank you.
yes. And the other one, number five has
Yes,
to,
sorry.
yeah.
Last week last last week I read three historical novels.
Read. I read
Again,
three historical novels.
read.
Yeah, thank you. Berenice, please, number six.
Yes, for several years, medical researchers around the world have done a great deal of researchers on AIDS.
Perfect. Have done. Number seven, Adriana, please.
Families have changed a great deal in this century.
Mm-hmm. Families have changed a great deal in this century. Number eight, Renata, please.
Yesterday in my psychology class, I learned why some people are afraid of being in a small crowded space.
Learned. Very good. And why some people are afraid of being in a small crowded place. No, space, sorry. Number nine,
Um, Yesterday in my, no, sorry. I have known Diana for several years, but I just recently discovered that she has a twin sister.
okay. I have known Diana for several years, but I just recently discovered that she has a twin sister. Very good. And the last one, number 10, I lost the order. So, Angie.
Um, I can't see the question. Sorry, the sentence. Oh yeah, thanks. And Cindy borrowed Cindy borrowed several books last month and still hasn't returned then.
Mhm. Very good. Cindy borrowed several books last month and still hasn't returned. Very good. Do you have any questions on this, or is it clear?
It was clear.
Clear, everyone?
Yeah,
Yes.
guess so.
Yes,
Yeah,
teacher, all it's clear.
Yes.
Yes.
perfect. All right, good. Right. Can I erase them?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right, please let me know.
Sure. Yeah, thanks.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's go. Now, we have here a reading, okay? And, well, this paragraph is written in the simple past, okay? But many of the verbs would be more appropriate in the past perfect. And in this case, well, we're going to change the ones that should be in the past perfect, okay? Now we're going to read to ourselves, and we're going to change some of the verbs in the past to the past perfect. Okay, remember that the past perfect is an action happening before another action. Okay, it's a situation in the past before another situation in the past. Obviously, both activities are finished or well concluded. Okay, so take your time. 5 minutes is okay.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Go ahead, please. Okay. Let's check. Um, Adriana, please go first.
Okay, in my case, I only found 3 verbs to change them, so I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
Okay, so all of us can think of annoying or embarrassing experience we have had. One in particular comes to my mind when I am reminiscing about the past. It occurred on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving in 1990. I just have finished doing the dishes and was ready to take the garbage out.
Okay, so this is the first one, right?
Yes,
So it would be,
I have just
mhm, I had just finished
finished.
doing the dishes. I had just finished. Very good. And was ready to take the garbage out. Very good. Thank you. Angie, can you please continue wrapping? Nope. All right. Mireya, please.
Sorry, I'm back. Yes, you say my name, right?
Who's this? Oh, yes. Yes, Angie.
Okay, sorry. And uh,
Wrapping.
Yeah, oh yes. Wrapping it securely and walking downstairs, I suddenly felt something underfoot and heard a snapping noise. A second later, my feet half slept. Is that okay?
Finish the sentence and we'll see.
Ah, yeah. And I found myself sitting on the stairs. I'm not sure.
Yep. What do you think? A second later, my feet had slipped and I found myself sitting on the stairs.
I think yes.
You
A
think
sec
yes?
yes. My feet
Yeah,
have slept. My feet had slept.
slipped.
Is that
My feet
okay?
had slipped. Yeah, and I found myself sitting on the stairs. Yeah, this is,
Yeah,
well, let's call it the reason why this happened, right? Remember,
exactly.
we can also use the past perfect for reason in the past.
Okay.
All right. Okay, very good. Ila, are you here?
Yes, I am, teacher.
All right, go ahead, please.
Um,
It got
it got dark early, so I couldn't see very well. But I finally
spotted.
um, spotted what I stepped on. It was a very small, hard pine cone.
Mhm.
Um, I was so annoyed that I threw it into the neighbor's yard.
Thank you. Do
Mm,
we have any past perfect um in these sentences?
I think we have.
but I finally have stopped.
No.
I have finally spotted.
Spotted.
Yeah.
Spotted.
Spotted.
But I don't think this is the past perfect.
I think the past
Probably
perfect is in it had gotten dark early.
exactly.
Oh,
Again, we are giving reason, right? So I couldn't see very well.
Okay.
It
so oh yes.
It
had
got it had
gotten
gotten.
dark early, so I
Mm,
couldn't see very well.
okay.
Yes, thank you, Ila. Next,
You're
please,
welcome.
Mireya, are you here? Okay, guess not. Jubia, can you help us, please?
Actually, I'm a little lost because
We are right
I
here.
wasn't there. No,
Okay.
about the exercise because
Oh,
my
okay,
internet was, yeah,
about the activity.
yeah, about the
Oh,
activity.
okay.
So I haven't finished it.
Okay, you can do it. Come on, let's try it. You only have to change some verbs in past to the past perfect where needed. Okay,
Okay.
or where you can do it like this. When we have an action before an action, when we're trying to give reason for something that happened in the past.
Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
so let's do it. Yeah, you
Okay.
can do it. It's smart.
Then I
So we
picked up.
are right here.
Now I was so annoyed that I threw it into the neighbor's yard. Then I picked up the garbage and put it in the trash can. Limped upstairs and examined my foot. It already got red and slightly swollen. When I went to the
Okay,
doctor the next day, he took an x-ray, examined it, and announced that I broke my foot.
thank you. Okay, do we have any past perfect possibilities here?
When I had been to the doctor,
Ooh, when I
What
I
went to doctor or
what
no?
I have stepped on.
Wait. Can
I
you repeat that,
couldn't see
please?
very well, but I finally spot what I have stepped on.
Oh, yes. Sorry, we missed this. Yeah, I think I went ahead. Thank you. What I had stepped on. Very good. Now, yeah. Now with the new sentences, then I picked up the garbage and put it in the trash can. Limped upstairs and examined my food. It,
It had already got red.
yes, exactly. It had already gotten red and slightly swollen. When I went to the doctor's the next day, he took an x-ray, examined it, and announced that I broke my foot. Is there a possibility there?
Could be that I had broken my foot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That I had broken my foot. Good. Next, Luis, please. When I told him,
when I told when I told him what happened, he loaded he loaded out
laughed.
loud out loud, then sent me to have a cast put on.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a past perfect possibility there?
Mm, what have happened?
Mm-hmm. Very good. When I told him what had happened, he laughed out loud, then sent me to have a cast put on. Continue, please. Uh, who- Berenice, please.
I have never worn a cast or used crunches in my whole life, but I have learned how to get around quite efficiently.
Very good. I had
Again.
never used, oh, sorry, wore, not used. I had never worn a cast or used crutches in my whole life, but I learned how to get around quite efficiently. Very good. Next, Adriana, please. Ever since then.
Ever since then, I have had a healthy respect for the power of the pine cone. I didn't. We already have one.
Yes, very good. Okay, good. So, questions? How was it? The exercise, I mean, how was it? Was it easy? Was it hard? How did you feel it?
Well, in my case, it's a little bit confused to understand that you have to identify that it's a situation before something happens. So it's like we already have two situations. So how can I say that it's before? I already understood with this exercise, but it's kind of confusing. So I tried to say that in Spanish and then translate it and see if this has sense. So in order to, I can translate or do the exercise in this case. So if it
Okay.
works or sounds coherence, I do it. But I get confused with that, with the case that you have to see that something happened before.
Okay. Well, it is sometimes confusing, so don't feel bad. But well, this is just a reinforcement activity of what we saw. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, on Tuesday. Um, well, you can always identify this uh, past perfect situations because you have two, in this cases, two activities in the simple past. So one of the activities obviously happened before the other one. They weren't simultaneous. So like for example, the first one, I just finished doing the dishes and was ready to take the garbage out. Then it is inferring that this occurred on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving in 1990. And this is just giving, well, the explanation that this happened, okay, before, well, he broke the food and all that. Yes?
Okay, yeah, with that explanation, it's a little bit clearer because I was like, okay, so we have before, but I can change that as before. Like it had occurred on the Tuesday before. So I understand. Yeah, I understand the exercise, but at a little, but at the beginning it was like a little bit confused about like,
Okay.
okay, when you find before, maybe that's the clue, so you can, or you have to change that in the past perfect, but it doesn't have sense for me. So I started like trying to practicing with the exercise and identify the situation that happened before another situation.
Okay, let's take a look at this situation, only this one, okay? Right here. I finally
Teacher,
spotted,
did you say, sorry,
yeah,
did you say that the first event is in past perfect, right?
yeah, the first event is always in the past perfect,
And the second one is in simple past.
in the simple past, exactly, yes.
But in this situation that you, for example, it occurred on Tuesday before Thanksgiving in 1990, no? I had just finished, but in this case, you say you said that this I just finished is the second event.
This one?
You said that.
No, this is the first event. This happened before he broke his foot. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So in this part of the paragraph, this person is just describing how things happened, right? But inside that story, there are events that happened before some other events. or some situations that happened or that led to something to happen.
Okay.
Exactly,
Mhm.
Luis.
May I
Yes.
help with an explanation I give to my students?
Okay.
Okay, I don't know who was talking. I don't know who has the problem, but what I suggest to my students, because of course this past perfect has lack of sense for us because we speak Spanish and we never use past perfect in Spanish. But what I said to my students is to set the situation, so to set the actions in a timeline and to see what happened before another action happened. So they say, es el más pasado. Yes, it is the sense. Es el más pasado. You need to see, for example, when the idea could be when you wake up in the morning and then you describe your activities. For example, now, can you tell me which were your activities during the day? And you are going to say, yes, I woke up and then I took a shower. When we translate it into Spanish, it has a very good sense because we don't use past perfect. But if you set the situations or the two actions in the timeline, what did you do first? First, you woke up. So you said, I had woken
I
up
had work.
before
Uh-huh.
I took my breakfast. So one action happened before the other one. Una está en el más pasado. You see?
Mhm. Yes.
That could be better to understand it because in Spanish, of course, it doesn't have any sense. But you need to set the
Yeah.
two situations in the past and to see what happened before the other. So I woke up and then I took a shower. So I had woken up before I took a shower, or I had woken up before I took my breakfast.
Yes, yes. Thanks a lot.
Yes, I
It's okay.
understand that.
It's okay. But I have a problem in this kind of text, and I am scared if this is the examine about. Okay, okay. Thanks. Thanks, my classmates.
All right. That was a good explanation. So I was saying, yeah, it is an event before another event. However, that event uh, has to be related to the other one. Yes, to the second event, or the closest to the present event, let's call it. And as who was it? Carolina, was it you? Or
I think so.
yeah? Well, I don't know. Like the person who explained this
I don't know
said,
who.
It was me, Bere.
oh yes,
Okay,
Bere,
thanks.
sorry.
Thanks,
And
Bere. Thanks a lot.
like like Berenice said, it is the most past event. Yes,
The
es
most
el
past
más
event.
pasado. The most past event. Yeah. And the soonest, I mean, the closest, sorry, the closest to the present is always going to be the simple past. Okay. And the other event, well, is before this one. Okay. But they have to be connected, they have to be related. All right. I had, for example, in this example, we can say I had just woken up when I had breakfast. Yes. And we do use it in Spanish, only in a different way. In Spanish, we use it like había. Yes. Me había levantado, me había levantado apenas, something like that, cuando desayuné. Yes. So it is an event before another event. Okay. But they are related. They are connected. Like this one. I finally spotted, I finally spotted what I stepped on. Yes. In this case, it is implied that, well, you obviously tripped before you spotted what you tripped with, right? You cannot, if you had spotted it before, you wouldn't have tripped. You see what I mean? They are related. So I finally spotted what I had stepped on. Yes, that is why we use the past perfect in this situation. This happened first, and then you turn. Oh, that's what I stepped on. Yes, and that's why you tripped, and that's why you broke your foot. But all of these events are related. Okay, and that's what the past perfect does. It just makes the it makes the connection more, how can I say it, explicit. Okay, it is like we are connecting two ideas that happened in the same timeline. Okay, one before the other. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, it's clear. Okay, good. Or can I erase all this? Is it clear now? We have some more exercises, so don't worry. Yeah, can I erase? I'll take your silence to say yes.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
teacher.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Let's continue. Now we have another paragraph. Okay, this time, well, let's read the instructions. This paragraph discusses the writer's experiences as a language learner. The moment of speaking or writing is now, the present. So some of the verbs are in the present tense. Many of the verbs are in the simple past, but some of them should be in the present perfect. Okay, the past to present relationship, let's call it. So we're going to change the verbs that are inappropriate in the simple past tense to the present perfect. The verbs in the present tense do not change. Okay. Yes.
This part is
Okay. Now this is about the present perfect, not the past perfect. Present perfect. So the well, not all of them, but some of the verbs in past are going to change to the present perfect. Okay, and the simple present verbs are not going to change at all. All right. Again, what take 5 minutes to finish this. Okay. If you finish before, please let me know. Yes.
okay. Yeah.
All right. Carolina, please begin.
Okay. I think that I should speak at least three languages. I can speak English, my native language, and I studied Spanish all my life. So I can speak two languages fluently. For many years, I have wanted to learn to speak Portuguese, and now I finally have the opportunity.
Continue. Continue.
Because I enrolled in a beginning Portuguese class last month.
Thank you. For many years, I have wanted to learn, but well, in this case, I don't think this is
I
If anything, this would be a past perfect statement. I had for many years I had wanted to learn how to speak Portuguese, but that stopped last month, which is also in the past. So maybe this one is not in the present perfect.
Is I have studied Spanish all my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, that's the one.
Yes.
And can we start with I have taught?
I have studied Spanish all my life. No, because it is in present, in simple present, and we are not going to change
Yes,
those.
Yes.
yes, sorry.
Hmm. Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Very good. Last month. Continue, please, Mariela.
Okay, since then, I went to class regularly and studied the assigned textbook, but my pronunciation is comical. So I work with a tutor
Yep.
uh,
Tutor.
every Tuesday.
Okay, thank you. Now, do we have any present perfect statements over there?
I think
Since
donde
then,
where it
I
I
says I
have,
went.
went,
I have,
I have gone.
yes, I had gone. I had
Exactly.
gone to class.
I have gone to class. Very good. I have gone to class regularly and well studied. We can use the same have for both verbs. Hmm. So
And
it's
has
okay.
studied. Yeah.
Yep. The
Yeah.
assigned textbook, but my pronunciation is comical. So I work with a tutor every Tuesday. Now, this one doesn't change because it is um, something like a routine. Yeah, in the simple
Teacher,
present. Yep. Tell me.
but can we, for example, I had gone to class regularly and have studied, right? Is that okay?
Uh, yeah, it is okay, but it is a little repetitive. So we can use the same have for both verbs, and it's fine. I have
Okay.
gone to class
Okay.
regularly and
Tense.
studied the assigned textbook. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. Tense.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. Luckily, please, Ila.
Um, Luckily, my tutor also speaks Spanish and traveled many times in Spain, Portugal, and South America. So he can answer my questions about language and culture.
Thank you. Do we have any present perfect there?
Yes,
Where?
and and has traveled many times.
About many times.
Exactly. And has traveled many times in Spain, Portugal, and South America. So he can answer my questions about language and culture. Very good. Next, Angie, please. Angie.
Yeah. He
Yes, there
he
she is.
has helped me uh, a great deal, especially with idioms, which take a long time to learn.
Finish it, please. Particularly.
In the last
Oh
part,
yeah.
it could be possible.
Particularly if you haven't gone to the country where the idioms are spoken. where the idioms are spoken.
Yes, very good. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, perfect. He has helped me. And if you haven't gone, perfect,
Having.
very good. If you haven't gone to the country where the idioms are spoken, perfect, very good. How was it? Was it easy?
Yeah, I think this one was easy than
Was
the last.
easier than the other one?
Yeah, yeah, it was easier than the other one.
Perfect, very good. Well, in this case, the present perfect shows the connection between the past and, well, the present, okay? And the past perfect shows you the connection between two actions in the past, correct?
Okay.
Good. Do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Tell me, what questions do you have?
No.
Oh, no questions? All good?
No, teacher, thanks.
Perfect. Let's continue then.
I think we
Already
need to
erased.
practice the past perfect.
Yeah, we are. Can I erase this?
Yes.
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 All right, thank you. Okay, well, as requested, we are going to practice with the past perfect. Now, we have time expressions with the past perfect, okay? These expressions, however,
Yes.
uh, are not limited to be used with the past perfect. You can find these expressions with the simple past, with the present perfect, with the future perfect, okay? And the present continuous and many tenses, okay? They are not exclusive for the past perfect. However, they are used and they are common in this tense. So let's check. We can use the following time expressions with the past perfect: already, still, and yet. Can you help me read the first example, please, Luis?
By the time I got to the restaurant, most people had already eaten.
Okay, very good. The second example, please, Juvia.
When I left for class, I still hadn't completed my assignment, so I finished it on the bus.
Thank you. And the last one, please, Renata.
Sorry, where?
The third one right here, my best friend.
My best friend hadn't arrived yet, but I couldn't wait any longer, so I went home.
Thank you. Very good. Now we have the next expression, not optional, until after. Okay. Can you help us read this example, please, Mireya, if you are here? Yep.
I didn't find my watch until after I'd bought a new one.
Thank you. We also have by the time. Can you please read, Lydia?
Yes. By the time I was exhausted, by the time I'd finished cleaning the house.
Perfect. Thank you. We also have never before. Bere, can you please help us with that example? She was great.
I'm so sorry. I was speaking with my microphone closed. Okay. She was a great teacher. I learned things that I had never understood before.
Perfect. Thank you. And we have earlier, previously, or years ago. Mhm. Can you read the first example, Adriana?
We are in never, right? Never before?
No, the earlier.
I'm sorry, I get lost. Earlier
Yeah,
than
don't worry.
8 years ago, I got a stomachache from something I had eaten earlier. It was a
Thank you.
problem. I'm sorry. Just one? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just
I'm
one that
sorry.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Carolina, please, the second one.
Yes, it was a problem I'd had previously, so I knew what caused it.
Yes. And the last one, please, Ila.
Teacher, I can see well. Could you please move up the screen?
Um,
Uh,
what? I don't know how.
I can see the last one. Can you move
Um,
up the slide? I don't know, or the page.
uh, I don't know if
I
that's.
just read. I just read. It was problem. It was a problem. I
Uh,
had that for me in my computer. I can see that just the last one. I can see another one.
Perhaps like this.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
I knew exactly what to do because I'd seen a doctor about it years ago.
Okay. Thank you. Can you see it like this?
In this way, I can't see the last one,
Yes.
but in the other, sorry, I think it's my
You only
computer.
have to the point. You can
What?
see that because you have a black band, so you only have to point in another space, and that gets down, so you
No,
can see everything.
no,
Nice.
it's not that. I don't know what is not that.
Well,
I moved
we'll figure it out
my
later.
but I don't know. But continue. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for helping me read. Okay. Now we have here an exercise with all these expressions, time expressions. Yes. Now we have by the time, earlier, never before, until after, already, previously, still, and yet. Now we are going to complete these 8 sentences with these expressions, okay? So, yep. So please take 5 minutes again to do it. And if you finish before the 5 minutes, let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. Also, if you have any questions, please raise your hand so we can answer. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, let's check.
Yes, ready.
All right, perfect. Uh, okay. Number one, who wants to do it?
Me,
Yep,
last summer I took a vacation in Australia. I didn't
Me,
know much
Adriana.
about the country because I never been there before, but I was really excited about the trip.
perfect. Never. I'd never been there before. Good. But I was really excited about the trip. Good. Number two, who wants to do it?
Me,
Yes, go ahead. Lydia.
a month before I left, things started to go wrong. I lost my camera and I didn't find it until after I bought a new one.
Mhm. Until after I bought a new one. Very good. Number three, who wants to volunteer as a tribute?
Me.
Adriana. Oh,
Me,
Adriana raised her hand.
me,
I finally found my old camera in my suitcase. I put it there earlier so I wouldn't forget it.
Perfect. Very good. Number four, another volunteer.
me,
Yep.
me.
Yes. Carolina.
The week the week before the trip, my boss gave me an urgent project to complete. I was exhausted by the time I'd finished it.
Perfect. Number five. Anyone?
Can I go again?
Let's try to
Another.
participate.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
all. Yes.
Me.
Renata. Okay, good.
The day I left, I felt stressed because
Stressed.
I
Me.
still hadn't packed my suitcase. It took a long time to fit everything in.
Uh, is that correct? Still?
I think no. I
Yeah.
I think it's better previously.
Oh, sí.
Already hadn't packed.
Well, already cannot be used for negatives. So it's not already and it's not still.
Previously,
It's
I previously hadn't.
Previously.
I wrote it.
Yeah.
Yet,
I would say previously is the best answer here because I previously hadn't.
I think it's okay, no?
Which one? Still? Oh, hold on a second. It might be correct. The day I left, I felt stressed because I still hadn't.
Es que
Yeah,
si
I
lo
think,
pusimos, no
yeah,
sabía como
still.
aún no
I
había.
think still.
Still is correct, yes. Uh, sorry. I'm sorry to cause discord. Yeah, still hadn't packed. I thought it was haven't. So, well, it still makes sense. Oh well. Yeah, still is correct. Sorry. Thank you. Number six,
Me,
Julia. Yeah, go ahead.
yes. A friend of mine drove me to the airport. He'd driven there a few times previously, so he thought he knew the way, but he got lost.
Yes. He had driven.
Okay.
Yeah. So he thought he knew the way, but he got lost. Number 7.
Me. By the time I got to the gate, most of the passengers had already boarded the plane.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Very good. And the last one.
Me.
Yeah, go ahead, Luis.
Luckily, they hadn't closed the gate yet, and I was able to get on the flight. In the end, everything worked out fine. I guess I learned that it almost always does. Does.
Yes, that's very good. Okay, questions about this, or is it clear?
It's clear.
Clear.
Okay, perfect. Very good. Okay, let's continue then. Now, in this exercise, we have the well, we have to use either the past perfect or the simple past tense of the verbs given. Okay. Now we're going to read carefully each of these sentences since, well, the simple past and the past perfect can be confusing. So um, you are going to base your response on the expressions that you find in the sentences, okay? But also on the chronological order of well, the situations or the events, okay? And we have here an example. Class already started by the time I arrived. Now, in this case, we have to use the past perfect because by the time I arrived is the the after event, let's call it, and that the class already started is the first situation, correct? So in this case, we have to use had started or the past perfect. Now we have 2 sentences here and 8 more here. So we're going to do the first 2 together, okay? So number 1, who wants to give it a try?
Me.
Adriana. Okay, good.
Molly was a teacher before she became a lawyer.
All right.
I think it's too much better. Molly have been a teacher before she became.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it all depends on the context, you know? I mean, it would be uh, had been. There it is. Yeah, I think it would be correct if we used had been or was, because well, was a teacher. That's not something you can really stop being. Let's say. I mean, you can stop teaching, but you cannot stop being something, right? It's just a fact. But if she never thought again after this, then uh, the past perfect is correct. So let's use it like this, the past perfect. She became a lawyer, but before that she was teacher. Yes,
What ab-
or she
what
had been a
about
teacher.
has been? If I want to write has been.
Um,
The exercise is in past perfect, right? Is the
yeah,
instruction.
mostly yes. So that's one of the main reasons why the present perfect is not allowed in this case. However, it could be valid if the sense of the sentence was that she is going to be a teacher again, you know? She has been a teacher before, so she will be again, you know? But in this case, it's kind of inferring that she is not going to be a teacher anymore because she became a lawyer. Does it make sense like that? If we knew for certain that she will teach again, well, and she is not a teacher now, then we can use the present perfect. If not, we have to use the past perfect because, well, we don't have hmm, we don't have like the information to use the present perfect in this case, you know? Does it make sense what I said? Or not much?
I try to understand you.
Okay. Uh, look at it like this. Let me draw my
So
precious
Molly
timeline.
stopped to be a teacher.
Now, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Teacher.
Uh, what color should I use? Okay, this one. Now we have a timeline. Which is going to be black. Okay. Now here is the present. Well, here, well, the future, let's say. And here the past and the past perfect. Now, let's say here, she is a teacher in this particular time, okay? She's a teacher. Let's put it like this. She was a teacher. Now, here, she stopped being a teacher. Here, she will be a teacher again. In this in this scenario, we can use the the present perfect, right? She has been a teacher. She has been a teacher, okay? Then she stopped, but she will be a teacher again. Yes, she has been a teacher. She did it here. She has been a teacher. She will teach again. That is the sense in which we can use the present perfect. However, since she never stopped being a teacher until that moment that she became a lawyer, then we are going to use the past perfect. Okay? Is that clear? Is it better?
It's better, teacher.
Yes?
It's better.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, thanks.
All right, good. She became a lawyer. Number two.
Me.
All right, Luis, go ahead.
Yesterday, I saw Susan
Huh?
chat an old friend whom I haven't seen in many years.
Yes.
At first, I haven't recognized her because she gained 50 pounds.
I think it is the
Didn't
other way around.
didn't didn't
At first,
recognize.
yes, I didn't recognize her because she
She,
had gained 50 pounds.
okay, yes,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And well, it is this way because uh, well, this happened after she gained the 50 pounds, right? You didn't recognize her because she had gained 50 pounds. That is the first action. Okay.
yes, teacher.
All right, good. Okay. Well, then let's continue with
Teacher,
this
could
ones.
just, oh, okay, the last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Because she, sorry, I'm copying.
Yeah. Don't worry. She had gained like that, like that.
Mm, thanks.
Yes. Ready?
Yeah, okay,
Sorry.
don't worry.
Okay. Well, now we
Teacher,
have
I'm sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry. With the number two, could be possible that the first one is in past perfect and the second, yeah, no. At first, I hadn't recognized her because she gained 50 pounds. ¿No es lo de la acción que explicaba? Causa, bueno, así la entendí, ¿no? Como causa-efecto. Lo que pasó primero y después.
Yes. Well, that's exactly what happened. This is the first event, and this is the second event, right?
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Can you see it like that? Yes. I gained weight. I got fat. And that is the reason why my friends didn't recognize me, you know, when I
Yes,
saw them.
yes, I got it. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions before we go forward?
I'm sorry. Thank
No, it's okay. I'm here for you. It's all
It's
good.
okay.
All right, perfect.
you.
Let's.
Yes, we can continue.
All right, thank you. Okay. Take 5 more minutes to finish this, and after that we can check and we can go home. Well, you're already home, but you get the idea, right? 5 minutes, please. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Number six.
Me.
Okay.
Um, when I went to see my math teacher about what I had received, a failing grade on the last test,
Son las 9.
he
Están haciendo.
examined my paper and then announced that he had making a mistake and changed my grade to an A.
He examined my paper and then
Announced
announced that he
had making
had made
had made A
Had
mistake.
made a mistake.
And changed
And
my grade to an A.
mhm, changed my grade to an A. So in this case, you see, um, this person received the grade, the failing grade on the last test. This is the first event. Then, as a result of that, this person went to see the teacher. Yes, which happened after it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And well, the rest is the same. As a result of examining the paper and obviously making a mistake, which is the first event because well, he realized after he made a mistake that he had made it. So this is the first event in this case, and well, this came after. Number 7.
Me.
Okay.
When I tried to explain to my friend why I hadn't called him in several weeks, he told me not to worry because he had been out of town for a month.
Perfect. Very good. He had been out of town for a month. Number 8.
Me.
Yeah.
When Sharon and Will got married last month, they had known each other for only 2 weeks.
They had known. Yes, very good. Perfect. Yeah. They cannot get married before getting to know each other, right? Even if it is for 2 weeks. Very good. Number 9.
Me.
Go
I
ahead.
went to the movies after I finished my homework, even though I have seen the movie many times.
What was this one? After I couldn't hear the second.
Finished.
Uh, I've seen. I finished.
I think it had finished, no?
Hmm.
I had
After I
finished.
had finished.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
because well, this is the reason I had finished my homework, so I went to the movies. Hmm.
it is half finished because the action is in present perfect. I don't know. I'm not sure.
No,
I
this is the past perfect because well, in this case, this is the reason why this person went to the
okay.
movies. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So I had finished my homework, and that's why I went to the movies. Does it make more sense like that? Like turning it,
And the
switching
other
places?
teacher,
Which one?
I
The
had
third
seen
one?
the movie,
Well, this is a repeated action in the past, even though I had seen the movie many times. Yes, that
because it can be
that
continued.
it can be what?
It's an action that could be repeated, or
Yeah, well, as you can see, it is implied that the action repeated itself. because this person went to the movies and saw the same movie, right? So it is repeated.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is it
The
clear?
party.
Is it clear why we used the past perfect here?
For me, it's clear.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
All right, and the last one.
Jerry came to the party, but no one have invited him.
No one had invited him. Mhm. This happened first. Nobody invited Jerry. Nobody had invited him, but he came, even though nobody had invited him. Okay. Is it clear, all this?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Very good then. All right, guys. Well, that would be it for today. Then hopefully you, yep. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.